Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal hamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah anbiya wal mursalin. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatum min lisani yafqahu qawli. We welcome you all to our webinar for March 16th on purchasing and the booking just before the second stage of the booking is going to start. So just because I know several new people have joined the group and probably are attending this seminar, so want to kind of quickly introduce ourselves a little bit. We are basically a Hajj guidance and planning team. We are a group of professionals from different fields. We're not associated with local Saudi agency or any other organization or government or private. This year we are providing guides to service providers. This is based on the request from several Hujjaj from last year. Now, the goal is to provide information and guidance to the best of our ability. And this is, again, irrespective of which service provider you are with, if we are your guides or not. Irrespective of that, we are going to help each and everyone whoever comes into our group through the process of the rest of the process and prepare for the Hajj also, inshallah ta'ala. Of course, we do not assume any liability, financial or otherwise. Always we request that you rely on the information, official information, which is released on Nusuk by Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. Unfortunately, we have to put this alert on because we are getting lots of information that there are crooks and scamsters, unfortunate, which is also part of the human nature, I guess. They are contacting several of our members with fraudulent offers. Because of WhatsApp does not restrict access to the contact information in the group, including even if we start the community, etc. People are able to pick up the numbers. Next year we'll move to Telegram to protect that, inshallah. So please note that our team will not contact you unless we first publish on our group the reason why we would even contact you. And even that will be limited to either the guide or myself contacting first. Okay. So again, I want to repeat, we will never contact you. We do not have any plans of contacting you unless we are ready to start preparing for the journey and we are coordinating as your guide. Now, if you find the call is fraudulent, immediately disconnect and avoid engaging in further conversation. There are also lots of individuals and groups that are promoting packages, taking advantage of the deep desire that we have of performing Hajj. They are offering packages which are not relevant, which are not legal, which probably will not even end up panning out to be a Hajj group. There are teams that are offering that, just come to Saudi Arabia and we will give you the visa, hotel, and take you through. To the best of our understanding, it's not legal because they are going to be using the visa from the local pool, from the local Saudi resident pool, for a person who is not resident of Saudi Arabia. As much as we want to perform the Hajj Baitullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not asked us to perform it irrespective of its legal, illegal, going through all kinds of difficulties, etc. So please avoid all this. If you are destined for Hajj Baitullah, inshallah ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take you there. Whether we train you, whether a service provider makes a package available, whether Nusuk makes a package available, whether Ministry of Hajj makes it available, irrespective of everything, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take you for Hajj. So have that much trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of the FAQs that have been, so just want to cover some of these things so that we can get into the real part of the process itself. The transportation from airport to hotel will be provided by service providers, even for custom flights. All you have to do is once you complete your booking, once you complete your custom flight arrangements and all of that part, you just need to coordinate with the guide and the service provider. So again, transportation from airport to hotel, hotel to airport, it's all provided by service provider, as well as the transportation, the transfer from from Makkah to Medina or Medina to Makkah, either way, whichever way it is. It's all provided by service provider. Pretty much once you land in Jeddah, all the arrangements at that point in time are taken care of by service providers, excepting a few things which we will cover inshallah ta'ala in a few minutes inshallah. The departure dates mentioned for the hotels include the full day, and the checkout is the next day. This is at least what Rawaf Mina has assured us, and possibly this is the case with other service providers also. So if we are going to be your guide, inshallah ta'ala, we'll confirm each one of those things and make sure that we prepare you appropriately. The second stage of the booking is to start soon. We do not know the exact day and time, but we are expecting this to happen within a day or two. We will continue to keep you updated in our group chat. So we ask you regularly monitor our group chat. We are going to update the information as soon as we find out, so that you are the first ones to get there into the booking. The quota is not confirmed, but we are expecting it to be around 10,000, which is open to all countries. Now, what does open to all countries mean? There is no specific limitation by any country. 10,000 is available to everybody in the Nusuk supported countries. So 10,000, if the people in US, UK, uh, uh, Italy, no, Italy is still open, by the way. So some of those countries jump in and take it. They can all take the 10,000 and go away. So they can consume the 10,000 visa. So there is no limitation on any specific country. So it's very, very important that you jump in and get as much as possible in the second stage, inshallah ta'ala. So on the point that I was just mentioning, there are 5 countries whose quota is still available. Their sales is still available. Germany, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Switzerland. So these countries, the quota is still available. So sales is available. If you are from any of these countries, quickly get in there and make a decision and get the package as soon as possible. The packages at this point in time are not accessible on Nusuk. They are all grayed out. The reason because they have basically blocked off access to all the packages because the sales has not started. But if you have put a package in your shopping cart, or if you have put a package in the preferred package, or as we had gone through last time about how to save the URLs, if you have done this one, then you can use any of these options to get to those packages to review it. Of course, you cannot book them. You can only review any of these packages. So e-wallet, we're getting lots of calls, lots of pings about lots of posts, lots of questions on e-wallet about the credit card. Please do not waste your time emailing, texting Nusuk, going after Nusuk to resolve these issues. Nusuk cannot resolve these issues today. Yes, Nusuk could have resolved these issues before by whitelisting themselves, by approaching all the Visa, MasterCard agencies to make sure that they are not blacklisted. But at this point in time, the only way you can resolve these issues by contacting the bank. The bank might say, no, 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 we don't see any block. The issue is not the block at the bank level, but it's at the Visa and MasterCard department of the bank. So in many, many cases, we have found the Visa and the MasterCard department of the credit card bank has put a block on Nusuk. Very again, I want to repeat this. I'm not certain why they have done that, but the Visa and MasterCard department of several credit card, specifically Bank of America, that we found out, they had put a block on Nusuk. So our users had to call Bank of America's fraud department and insist that the fraud department contact the Visa and MasterCard department to make sure that they remove the block on Nusuk. So, so to repeat again, Nusuk cannot resolve this. So please bear this in mind. We are receiving lots of questions saying that Nusuk is not responding. They are closing the tickets, etc. Yes, they are closing the ticket because they do not see an issue on their side. So the issue is on the Visa, MasterCard department of each credit card department. I want to cover this one so that if there are any members here who have booked already the package, because they are asking these questions, and I want to make sure that I cover this so that we'll get through this one. So, to be in our Hujjaj group for preparing for Hajj, submit your information through the survey that we have shared. This will help us prepare. This will help us prepare you better, inshallah ta'ala, coordinate, etc. So the question has come on flight and visa. Flight and visa, do not worry about it. You have lots of time. It's not going to happen in this month. It's probably not even going to happen in the month of April. So this will start becoming available later in the later part of April and possibly into May. And the other question that has come is, are the flight information provided in the itinerary, is it accurate? Well, generally it is accurate. Can that possibly change? Yes. Like any other flight, they could run into challenges with the flights. It could change, but generally it will not change. If you're making any connecting flight arrangements, I would suggest just wait for a little bit, but there is no harm in making the arrangement. We have always recommended, do not plan on a connecting flight landing in the gateway city, in the departure city on the day of the departure. We recommend, highly recommend, planning on getting to the city the night before to avoid any connecting flight challenges such as the weather related or aircraft related, anything that would cause you not to be at your gateway city on time. Remember, if you miss the flight that is either through your custom flight or your group flight, the Hajj flight, chances are very remote of you being able to take the next flight, because in those days all flights will be heavily booked, will be overbooked in many cases. So please do not miss your flight going at the departure city. People have asked the questions about making changes. We have reached out to our service providers. At this point in time, it looks like there is other than the occupancy, chances of making changes to your flight is very remote. Okay, making changes to your packages such as upgrading, downgrading, that's almost not possible. In some cases, we might be able to move you to Al Kabsh if availability is there, but then again, that is only in case of if you have a premium or a luxury package. So what we will work with you, inshallah ta'ala, about whatever changes you need. We will do our best possible to make those changes possible, provided we are your guides. If we are not your guides, we cannot contact your service provider. They will not entertain us, basically. So just bear that in mind. And if you have not received an email confirmation, what I would suggest is check your profile. If your profile has been updated with your package information, then you should be pretty good. Okay. So to get to that one, you once you log in, you click on your name here, profile, and under the profile there is my package. If you click on my package today, you are not going to go anywhere. But if you have booked a package and if you click on my package, you should be getting your package itinerary, rest of the information. So if you get this one, I would not be too concerned. Nusuk is having challenges with the email. There are quite a few people that are not getting it. The service providers are aware of it. So I would not be greatly concerned at this point in time if you're not received an email, as long as you can get the confirmation on the Nusuk platform. The next thing that we want to go through quickly is the the timelines. Our most of our members who have attended the previous webinars, they have seen this one. This is more for the benefit of the new members in our group. So the way it's going to start is around the 7th or 8th of Dhul Hijjah, which conforms to probably 14th, 15th, or 16th, depending on the moon sighting. You would be in Makkah at least by the 7th of Dhul Hijjah. You need to be in Makkah to perform the Umrah to start your the Hajj. So you would perform the Umrah, and on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, or on the night of 7th, or on the night of the 7th of Dhul Hijjah, the service provider will transport you to the appropriate Mina camp. Al Kabsh or Al Masam, whichever one it is. This is something that you need to work with your guide, and the service provider will give you specific information on the time, whether it's the night of the 7th of Dhul Hijjah or early morning of 8th of Dhul Hijjah. But generally by noon of 8th of Dhul Hijjah, pretty much everybody should be in Mina in their appropriate camps. So on the early morning of the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, you would be moving to Arafat and spend the day in Arafat until sunset. And before performing Salatul Maghrib, you would be moved to Muzdalifah. All this transportation is arranged by your service provider. The one from Makkah to Mina, Mina to Arafat, Arafat to Muzdalifah, and then from Muzdalifah, uh, after spending the night in Muzdalifah, the next morning, moving you back to Mina to perform to go to the Jamarat, and then after doing the Jamarat, you would be going to Makkah for Tawaf, and then after performing the Tawaf, you would be back in Mina for the next 2 days or 3 days. 2 days is required. 3 days is recommended. So you'd be back here in the Mina, spending the night in the Mina camps for performing the Jamara for either 2 days or 3 days. Now, after once this is done, you're back in Makkah, and before you depart Makkah, you will be performing Tawaful Wida, inshallah ta'ala. The Hajj package dates, they vary. It depends on the package. There are some packages that are leaving end of May itself, but most of them are around the 2nd to the 10th of June. Several packages have a little bit of variation. They land there on the day that the package starts itself, or it could be on the a couple of days later. This is to give flexibility for the Hujjaj to plan as per their schedule. So it is for you to look it up, okay? So so it could be anywhere around the 2nd to the 10th of June, or when the packages are going to start. Now the return dates, they do vary. So around the 20th of June, 18, 19, 20, I mean, most probably 19th or 20th of June is when you would be finishing up all the arkans, and after that, anytime after this, the package could be departing. So flights could be departing from Jeddah, inshallah ta'ala. Again, the transportation from Makkah to the airport is provided by your service provider. So this is kind of a little bit high picture of overall picture of Makkah and the hotels. The clock tower hotels are all right around here. Al Shohda is here. The Jabal Umar is over here. The Address Hotel is also in the Jabal Umar area. Rawaful Mina has packages in Swizzle Maqam, which is right here, and Address, which is right behind there, or they have the hotels in Woko. So this is kind of a high level. This is considered Zone A, Zone B, this is Zone C, and this is Zone D. Zone D, where you have the Holiday Inn, Imar Al Noor, Imar Al Legend, Imar Al. There are several hotels in this area. So the distance from between Kaaba to most of the hotels in Azizia is about 4 to 5 miles. The shuttles are available until about 4th of Dhul Hijjah, when the security people of Makkah, they will start closing the roads. It's not because the service provider doesn't want to provide the shuttle, or the hotel doesn't want to provide the shuttle. It's because the roads are closed by the police, so that they can start making arrangements for the transportation to Mina on the 7th, 8th of Dhul Hijjah. So the frequency is pretty good from most of these hotels, but once the 4th of Dhul Hijjah starts, not only frequency might even stop, the availability of other transportation would also be very limited. Just be aware of that, inshallah ta'ala. So this is another map of Makkah. This is your clock tower here. This is where your Swizzle Maqam is, and the other hotels such as the Fairmont, Pullman, etc. And this is your Makkah hotels. And then you get into all this Jabal Umar hotels are all in this area. And then back there, over there somewhere, is the Woko and the other hotels. Azizia would be way out there. So this is the map of Mina, just to give you an understanding. This is where the Jamara is. This is where the Jamara is. VIP camp, the Al-Qabs camp, is right close to it. Like, it's less than half a mile, and there is also a train between the VIP camp and the Jamara. The American camp, which is the Al Muassam camp, and also the Camp 38, which has recently been added. They are all here, and the distance is about 3 to 4 miles walking distance from there to it. There is no transportation, and I want to repeat this: there is no transportation from American camp to Jamara. There are no buses. Service provider cannot provide it. Pretty much nobody can provide any transportation from here to there. Yes, there are ways to do it, but that'll be very complicated. You would have to take the Makkah, the public transportation, go there. I would not suggest that. So this is probably the best to understand that there is no transportation here. In some cases, a Al Muassam camp in a package, if it's a deluxe, if it's a premium or luxury, can be upgraded, but that's only an availability. So just don't bank on it, but it is a possibility. Um, okay, now these are the steps. Now getting right into the booking part of it. Okay, so by now you should have completed all these steps, all the steps that are in blue, and this is all something that you should have completed. You should have topped the e-wallet. If you have not topped the e-wallet by now, it might be pretty much late at this point in time, but you can definitely try. You need to put with the appropriate funds. Make sure you have funds to cover the package and the flight. The package price that you see, it is only for the package, and it does not include the flight. It is very clearly listed on the package itself. It does not include the flight. So make sure the package and the flight cost for every member in your account is covered and available in the wallet. And we also recommend adding a little bit of buffer just in case if you have to flip from your preferred packages and go for a package which is a little bit more expensive. So this is all something that you should have done by now. And the very important part is to note down the additional packages that are required, that you have a preference for. You should have identified, because you cannot depend on just one single package. Especially coming into the second stage now, it is highly possible some of the packages might be sold out, or the flights to those packages might be sold out. So you should be ready and prepared to move to the next packages that you have on your list. This is a very high level steps for booking the process. So your shopping cart, you would go into your shopping cart, click on the shopping cart, you would immediately be taken to a sales page, where if you have enough funds in your e-wallet, you would be allowed to click on that one and be able to purchase basically. Now, but before you do that, we suggest that quickly review, make sure this is the package you want, especially the dates, the camp, what are the features, etc. So the hotels, etc. Make sure that it is valid. If it's not valid, just cancel that one, go to the previous, and then empty the shopping cart, select the next one, and move on to your next process. If not, just move on, success, and inshallah ta'ala wait for the Hajj and the visa ticketing, inshallah ta'ala. Before we get into this, I would like to show how the packages are. So just quickly review through this one. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So here is Rawaf Woko 202. If you just want to go through this quickly here. So the things that you want to look at is that this is the camp that it belongs to. You want to review that one. Okay, this is the Al Muassam camp. This is going into the Woko Hotel. Okay, so these are the things. You look at the dates. It's for 17 nights. Okay, um, interesting. So in the Oko Hotel, that you're going to come there on the 9th of June, and the checkout is on the 23rd of June. So before that, you are in Imar Hotel from the 6th of June to the 9th of June. So this is that's that part there. I wanted to look at okay. So So you need to figure out where the hotel is. If you are not familiar with the hotel, so just quickly you can take a name of the hotel, you can Google it, you can go into the Google map. You should be able to look it up. It says, as you said, it says Zone C. This is Medina Hotel is generally not a challenge. It's fairly easy walk to the Haram. The concern is mostly with the hotels in Makkah. So Al Mosam camp, they're talking about it. And then you want to look at the package services here. Okay. So if you look here, visa is included. Air travel is basically an additional dollar because the package cost does not include the air travel. The Udia is not included, and they will not offer it as additional services also. Now, on the Udia part, if you are part of our package, our group, inshallah ta'ala, will make an arrangement for Udia, or later on for the other Hujjaj who are with the other guides. We will guide you as to how you can possibly arrange for the Udia also. So do not get too greatly concerned about it. It is not such a big deal. We can guide you through that part. Okay. So if there was a dollar sign here, that would mean that you can make that as an additional option available. Basically, you can make that request as an additional and pay extra for that one. But in this case, it is not included. Visa, medical insurance, accommodation in Makkah, Medina, the food, everything that's included. Uh, the let's see let something anything else here. Oh, the other part that you can look at is the transportation. The transportation from the campsite uh, between the cities is covered by bus service. Okay, many people have asked the question, is the rail available? This is where you will find out if the transportation between the two cities, between Makkah and Medina, and to Mashayar, is it by train or is it by bus services? Some packages will include the ground transportation between cities, Makkah and Medina, by train, but you have to look it up carefully. Now, the question has been asked, can we arrange for the rail service by ourselves between Makkah and Medina? Yes, in generally you can, but it's very important that you work with your guide and your service provider before you make those arrangements on your own. It's important that they are aware of it, and it's important that you arrange to arrive at the next city when they are in there, or at least you get enough information that you're not stuck sitting waiting in the lobby for your room. So these are the things that you want to look at: the hotel accommodation, the camp, etc. And then let's see if it'll allow us to go there. No, the configure page is grayed out. Otherwise, we could have shown you the next page. In the next page, after this page, you would be seeing the accommodation. If the occupancy is grayed out, that means that type of occupancy is not available. In most cases, quad occupancy is what is available, especially with the VOCO packages, and that, as per the service provider, is to give the best possible package price as possible. So that's the reason. Now, you could request an occupancy to be upgraded to either triple or double, but that is taken based on the request. And if available, we will try to work with you and make it happen. So, of course, that's going to be an additional fee, which can vary from 5 to 8,000 Saudi riyals. But again, this is something that we will discuss once you have booked a package and once we are in the coordination stage, inshallah ta'ala. Wasim, do you want to go through some of your URLs and show them how you can quickly go through these URLs?
Uh, yeah, sure. So one thing to note here is, as we were discussing, right? If you already have a URL saved, then you can kind of go directly. But let me start from the beginning. Like if I go to packages right now, right? That's what you will see when you log in. So any packages that are showing up that are saying reach full capacity already, right? So those are the packages that are sold out. So even when there is more quota, you will not be able to book those packages. You'll have to try a different package that still has capacity available. So for example, for Rawaf Mina packages, there are the service provider filter here on the left. And if I go to Rawaf Mina, it will show me all the Rawaf Mina packages. But right now, all the packages will be grayed out. The reason for these being grayed out is since the quota, for example, for US is filled, I cannot go in and configure a new package. But you can still see some detail. It's grayed out. It's not as detailed. You can what I would probably suggest is try playing around with the filters and try to note down names of packages that you like. We have shared a document as well about what each of these packages are. There is a whole Rawaf Minute document that says when does the check-in start, which hotel, all that stuff. Review that document because you can't really review it here. Also, we also have a second document is shared in the WhatsApp group that has the gateway flights, where are the gateway flights starting for different packages. So review that. But if you already have a package identified, and again, this would have helped if you have already done it before. For example, I have configured and saved as a bookmark. So this is again, when this does open up, you can save it so that you can navigate quickly. Now this URL on the top, this is the URL to this package, Boko 250 Majar al Kabsh. So if you do like it, what you can do is, for example, in Chrome, there is an option here to do bookmark, or you can copy this and put it into a Word doc, a notepad. If you have this URL handy, you can, once you are logged in this session, you can go straight to this URL, this package, even though like it was grayed out right now. As you can see, I was able to navigate because I had that URL saved. Just gives you an idea of, if you have not reviewed packages before, what to look for. Look at the nights, look at the what hotel it is, when are you landing, when is the start. So example, 6th June is in Medina, so this is a Medina first package. So even if you are flying into Jeddah, you will not be in Ihram, you'll go to Medina directly. So things like that. And then the camp transportation, note that once the option is available, you will see a configure package button here. And since this is right now not available, so you cannot configure it, but then you'll configure it, you'll select the flight, and then you will also then add it to your cart.
Okay.
So yeah, if you do get in book and you have a URL bookmarked, then you can go directly to it.
Okay. Thank you, Wasim. So let
All
me
right.
get back. So the packages that we cover, just to get back quickly there, we are primarily focused on Rawaf Mina packages. And this is mostly because we have a very good, close working relationship with Rawaf Mina. We have developed this over the last several months. We have a lot more information. And because of that same relationship we have, we'll be able to help you much more with Rawaf Mina packages. So, but one thing that we are requesting is for us to efficiently use our guides, we are requesting that you try to keep your packages limited to this one. That doesn't mean we'll not offer guidance in the others. We are trying to, but we want to try to focus between the Rawaf Holiday, the Vokos, Suiz Al Maqam, and the Rawaf Address hotels in the Rawaf Mina packages. And it doesn't matter which city and country you're from, or from Mossam and Al Kabsh, we will cover both of them, but we want to try and limit to these hotels if possible. Now, a few of our members have purchased packages from other service providers for a number of different reasons. So, and we are very humbled and with the fact that that they are asking us to be their guides. They're very, very much requesting. So, because of that, we have discussed with some of the providers to offer our guides from our team. So MCDC and Albayt has agreed to it. So we will probably provide guides to them also for some of our Hujjaj that have purchased the packages with them, and possibly others. But we still want to emphasize that our focus is Rawaf because of our relationship that we have developed with the Rawaf team, and how closely they are willing to work with us, the flexibility that they have shown, etc. So it's amazing. So we do suggest first Rawaf. If you really have to, then consider MCDC Albayt, but try to keep them to the packages that are either in the Makkah Tower or in the clock tower, so that we don't have to spread out our guides too far out. Now, preparing for the sale. This is very important. I want you to understand that it is a first come, first serve. We are getting questions that, well, some guides are able to, some companies are able to get packages or reserve packages, etc. That is not possible. Okay. Everything has to be purchased only through Nusuk, including the flight. So the flight and the package are two different entities. They are charged separately, or at least they are projected separately. But you have to get the package, the entire package including flight, only through Nusuk, unless you have a dual citizenship of a certain country, and if packages from that country is available, that's the only way. Now, I understand the last sales window was frustrating, but approach the next sales window with a fresh mind and with a yes we can attitude, and inshallah Allah will give us success, inshallah ta'ala. So here are a few suggestions how you can start preparing for it. Regularly monitor our chat group. Please do not text us asking when is the next sale going to start, when is the next sale going to start. I mean, mashallah, we have like about 1700 plus members in our group. It is going to be extremely difficult for us to individually answer those questions. So please monitor our group chat for any updates on when the next sale is going to start. One of the challenge that we had in the last sale was people are getting into the queue. Sometimes the queue would be an hour. Sometimes the queue would end up lasting an hour, more than an hour. We believe this is because there are bots out there that are blocking access to people. Probably that is not well protected. We do not know exactly, but we know we figured out a way of overcoming this queuing issue, and this is shared in this document on how to fix that queuing issue. Again, this is for Chrome browser. Not certain if the same steps will work for others, but definitely go to Chrome browser and go through these steps to at least familiarize yourself with how this works. Now, so I do realize that there are packages that might be sold out. We have information on packages that are sold out. So, but still review your list of preferred packages and make sure those are the packages that you have. You can go into, from a Rawaf perspective, we have released these two documents that you should be able to go in. For example, this one here, this gives you by country, by Sydney, which are the different packages which are available from Australia. Australia, only Sydney is available. That's the only port, the gateway that is available. You can go into Austria, which is Vienna, but let me just go down to Canada is only Toronto. Paris is the main airport there. Germany, you have Berlin, Dusseldorf, Frankfurt, and I believe Munich is also available. So Munich is available. So in Holland, Amsterdam, of course, Milan from Italy, and Rome. So you can look at this here, then you can see what gateway is available and what packages are available. And it also gives you what camps are attached to these packages. And this is the price before the flight. Okay, so you have this information handy available. Now, if you want to get into a little bit more detail, there is a second document available from Rawaf, which will give you a little bit more information, similar type of information, but it also gives you the dates when, for example, Rawaf 101, 7th June is Paris, 7th June is also Toronto, and this is London, 7th June. And from 8th June also you have London, Vienna, and again from London, 9th June is available, and the 9th June is available from JFK. 9th June is also available from Chicago, Washington, and London, and the 10th June is available from London and Paris. So these are some of the dates, and then you can see that they start first in Medina. So you can find some of this information very quickly and easily. Of course, the transportation is bus service, the meals is breakfast and dinner. Most of the packages will have breakfast and dinner. Some packages will offer lunch also. And in this case, the camp is Majar al Kabshis for 14 days. So you can quickly review some of this information and make a decision which one of these should be on your preferred list. So this again is the address hotel, which is in zone B, which is right behind the Clock Tower and Makkah Tower area hotels, and Dalla Taiba, which is right close to the Haram. So this is 54,000 rial, 54,750 rial. This is again before the flight. If all the prices that you see, they are before the flight. Okay. So this is the information you have available. You can look at it. Now, group flights by now in the second stage might have been sold out. So if you go and find that group flights are not available, so don't waste time looking for packages with group flights. If you get there and if you see the group flights are not available, so quickly move to the custom flight option and searching quickly the flights that you are most closest to you. Avoid looking for flights from remote sites, such as you want a flight from some specific airport in Detroit, for example. Don't waste your time. Okay, look for flights from main gateways such as Washington, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, London, Paris. So look for gateways that are the major gateways, so that you do not want to waste time in the custom flight. You can always make arrangements for the connecting flight. Your focus should be to book the package. Your focus should not be the convenience of flying out from your closest airport. The Nusuk will most probably, they are going to restore the system to where it was when the visa quota ran out. That basically meaning same packages and same flight options, no new packages or flights will be added. So nothing new will be loaded. It is going to be the same wherever it was. So if whatever the packages, number of packages are sold out, whatever is available is where it's going to be. If custom flights are this thing, make a note of the itinerary details that you've decided on. So make sure you have extra funds in your e-wallet in case the prices of the custom flights go up. Custom flights are based on market price. Remember that. Custom flights are not fixed price that if you had originally found that it was going to be 10,000 reals, it's not necessary. When the sale opens, it's going to be 10,000. It could have gone up, it could have gone down. So you want to make sure your e-wallet has some buffer space for those kind of situations. You do not want, and I want to repeat, you do not want in the last minute to be working towards stopping your wallet. That is going to delay, and then you are going to lose that the chance. So be prepared to quickly move to your next preferred package or select a custom flight. Don't waste your time upset or frustrated, because it's not going to help you. If a package is not available, it's not available. Just move to the next preference. And do not waste your time texting us or anyone else asking for help if a package booking fails. Because if a package booking fails, that basically means either the package is not available, the flight is not available, or if you're too late, the quota is not available. So do not waste time with the texting. Just try to move forward as much as possible. Our team, so just want to kind of highlight this part. For us to effectively provide the guidance to you, please try to select the Rawaf packages, and preferably in Swiss Al Maqam, Address, Voco, and Holiday Inn. Only if Rawaf packages are not suitable to you or not available to you, only then consider Al Bayt or MCDC packages with hotels in Clock Tower, Makkah Tower, or Jabal Umar. But above all, stay calm, make dua. Being frustrated, being upset, rushing through decisions is not going to help you. And have the trust in Allah that if He has destined Hajj Baitullah this year for you, then you will go for Hajj. No matter what, nobody can stop you from that Hajj Baitullah. So once you have booked the package, and this is for people who have booked the package, inshallah ta'ala, once you have it, and irrespective of the service provider, our commitment is to prepare every Hujjaj for the Hajj. So, of course, we want to be your guides, but even if you are not part of our group, we are still going to help you prepare for the Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. So, some of the things that we are going to start doing is we are going to create some of the WhatsApp groups to help, and then the groups based on the city and region, and then the groups based on the service provider. And if you are going to be your guide, we are going to start assigning the guide to you and start working closely on coordinating your departure, your arrival, etc. Oh, one other thing to point out, in the date that is mentioned in the packages, those dates are in the group flight, the dates that are mentioned there, it is arrival date. I want to repeat again, when you are looking at a package which says the flight is when it arrives, it's the arrival date. That is arrival date when it lands into Jeddah. That means you need to generally plan for the flying out the day before. Uh, Please be careful. You do not want to be caught off guard thinking that you are going to fly out on 7th of June while you're actually landing in 7th of June, departing on 6th of June. So be aware of this one. The flight listed in the Nusuk in the group flights is the arrival date and not the departure date from the gateway city. And then we are going to start the training webinars on the logistics on different parts of the journey, including the camp, the Jamara, etc. And then we are going to start doing the fiqh webinar on the process run by our team of muftis that we have. And then we are also going to set up a group for Haja, the sisters, so that they can have questions, ask the questions from an alima, so that it's going to be a group of only sisters, so you can freely ask your questions, inshallah ta'ala. And of course, we plan on doing a lot more to prepare you for the Hajj, and we are going to be available as much until the journey starts. And then once the journey starts, we need to concentrate on the group that we are going to be leading. Okay, questions. Wasim, do you have questions that you can go through? I know there was a
Yes.
question that I saw while I was while Wasim was presenting, that we believe we can get the visa through the Saudi Airlines. Yes, you can get the visa for this from the Saudi Airlines, but that is for Umrah. Hajj visa for the Nusuk countries can only be through the Nusuk platform. There is no other way around. Okay, so this is a blanket statement I'm making. Do not think you can get a Umrah visa, go there, settle down, and then stay there over and perform the Hajj. It doesn't happen, because if you get caught, there is a senior punishment to all that. Okay, go ahead, Wasim.
Yeah, the first question is when do we expect phase two to be open?
We do not have an exact timeline on that, but it's going to happen very fast. Within a day or two, they are going to release that the second sale is going to start. So be prepared. Um, I, Stay close to our group chat, stay close to your whichever device you're going to use, and just be prepared. I mean, unfortunately, it could happen in the middle of the night, because we have members who are all over the globe: Australia, England, Europe, and America. So this could just happen anytime. Just stay as close as possible to the group chat and continue to monitor it. And if you have silenced your phone, unsilence it for the next few days, so that if there is a ping that comes from our group chat, you're able to quickly get into action.
There are a couple of questions that are still asking about should we load the full e-wallet right now. So I think, yeah, we have answered this. Basically, you want to have all your e-wallet loaded. There is a risk you run that you don't get a package and you lose some money when you try to withdraw. But again, that's just how the system is set up. If you want to try and go load all the money right now into e-wallet, don't wait until the last moment. The website slows down to the point where you cannot even purchase sometimes. So if you are thinking you're going to load the e-wallet at the very last moment, most likely you won't be able to do that.
So I just want to add to that one. You should have topped your e-wallet several days back. Okay. So you are almost late if you're still talking about topping the e-wallet. So immediately get into the action, because there are issues with credit card transactions sometimes. So this is not a question if you should top the e-wallet. If you want the Hajj package, you should have topped the e-wallet by now.
And on a related thing, if you are going to load it right now, don't use the bank transfer. That will take 5 to 10 days to come through. Do with the credit card.
Yes.
Somebody is saying that they booked a package, but they have not received any email and they don't see any package in the My Package also.
uh, so you have not received this thing. Has the if okay, the question that you need to ask is if the funds have been withdrawn from your e-wallet. Okay, if the funds have been withdrawn from your e-wallet, that generally means they are in the process, in the processing stage. And when the sale opens, I would like you to go and try and see if you can book a package. If you're not able to book a package, most probably you do have a package. It is just that they are slow in processing. This is something that the service providers are aware of it. They are trying to get hold of, they are trying to resolve this with Nusuk. So you're not alone in this. There are many people that who are having these challenges. But again, check your e-wallet. If the funds have been withdrawn, that means you do have a package. Most probably you have the package. Nusuk is just slow in processing it. If the amount has not been withdrawn, that basically means you don't have the package. You should proceed as though you have to do the booking basically.
Another question: can we book air flights outside Nusuk?
No, you cannot. Other than the connecting flights, other than the flights that you need to connect to either the service provided flight or the custom flight. Those are the only flights that you can do. You cannot get the flights outside. You have to get a flight from Nusuk, whether it's a custom flight or a group provided flight.
There are questions about custom flights, like for some people who are going to be in a different country at that time, or they are planning to drop their kids to a different country and then come. So yeah, you can use the custom flight starting from that country, and then you have to basically arrange your own flight going from your home country to the custom country. So basically,
Or
let's
you
say, for
can,
example, yeah,
or
if
you
you
can
want,
use the multi-city, right? You can
yeah,
also use the multi-city option.
correct. So yeah, if you are going to, like, somebody is also was asking, they are already in Egypt that time when the Hajj season will start. So then book your custom flights starting from Egypt, kind of thing. Uh, so then there was another question about availability of Al Cup scam. Somebody was saying, do we still have packages that have Al Cup scam availability? It seems they're all booked.
At this point in time, I would tell you it's very difficult to say if it's available right now. So we have shared the list of Rawaf packages with availability. So take a look at that one. There are still some Al Kabsh packages available. The address, there are still some available. Swiss Al Maqam is available. Some of the Woko is available. Go through that list. Yes, Al Kabsh is still available, but it is going pretty fast.
Yeah. Kurbani, we talked about that. Inshallah, once you book it, even if it's
We
not part of
will.
the package, we'll arrange.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
not a major issue.
then somebody's talking about URLs. So if you don't have it already saved, you probably won't be able to navigate right now. So you can't save it unless it's like I shared the sample ones that I had. If you wanted to review any packages, look at that document. Uh, so somebody's asking, what if I want to join your team, but we have a different Rawaf package other than the hotels that you listed?
Go ahead and submit that through the Hujjaj survey that we are sharing, and anyways, we are inviting you to join our Hujjaj group for preparing for the Hajj. So as part of that one, we'll evaluate which hotels you are in, and if we can, again, if we can support it, inshallah, we will. Whether it is Rawaf or other hotels, we will try to guide if possible, inshallah.
There's a question about custom flight, that if you have saved it in the cart, but then so again, I think we shared on this chat. If it is a custom flight, even then at the time of purchasing, you have to go in and basically select it again. Otherwise, it doesn't let you purchase.
Yeah.
Next question is, like, there are some people who are citizens of India. They are residing in US, for example, or they're citizen of Pakistan, can they go do Hajj from those countries?
Of course, yes. As long as you're a citizen of another country, you can go for Hajj from those countries. Like, for example, somebody is a citizen of Pakistan, you can take a package from Pakistan and go there. Okay. Now, word of caution: if you're getting a package from there, just make sure you get it through an authentic agent, an agent that is directly working with the Ministry of Hajj of your country. uh, we have known of situations where sub agents have taken advantage and misled people. So just be cautious, but yes, you can do that.
Some people asking, since there's no transport from campsite to Jamarat, what do we do to handle travel?
From
The
from
Mina camp
from
to Jamarat.
yeah, from Al Masim camp, which is the American camp, there is no transportation. You have to walk. Uh, in the last few years, I have seen people using scooters, the scooty basically. So there is an option, but that is something that you'll have to work it out with your guide. Uh, they are making it available, they are allowing it, but will they do it this year? I cannot confirm that, because that also has a hazard for other people, because how quickly those things move among the crowded people. So the short answer is you have to be ready to walk the three point some miles that you have to walk. There is no other choice. Okay. Now, one quickly, I want to take the opportunity to answer the the transportation from Jamara to Makkah for Tawaful Ifada is a challenge. In the Hajj process, I'm going to list out, there are possibly two major challenges. One challenge is the transportation from Muzdalifah to Mina camp. Service provider will make it available, but because of the rush, because of the short timing that is there, it generally becomes a challenge even for a service provider. But from Jamara to the Makkah, service provider, it does not make that available. You have to make your own arrangement from going from Jamara to Makkah for performing Tawaf al-Ifada. We're discussing with our service provider. We probably will make some arrangements for an additional fee, but then again, that is going to be only for the groups that are working with us, to make some transportation available from Jamara to Makkah and back to the Mina camp for some additional fee. But this is something we will discuss later on. At this point in time, just want to highlight that is a major challenge. It gets to be very difficult to go from Jamara to Makkah, but people have done it. It is possible. We just want to do things so that we can make it easier for our group members, inshallah. Next.
One person is sharing their a tip that if you have multiple people in your family, have each one of you try to log in, have multiple computers, and especially kids, if they basically did. Everybody in their family was trying to get in, and then that's finally how they were able to get the package.
Okay.
Uh, so the next question is, how much buffer should we add if we are doing a custom flight?
Uh, I would say at least add like about 2 to 3,000 reals per person in your account. I would not expect the ticket to vary much more than that, but it could vary by about $2 to $3,000, at 2 to 3,000 reals at least per person.
Okay. Some people are saying that the custom flights are all going from Abe in Allentown, PA. That's
No,
just
no,
the default. Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
the
Go ahead.
default. That is
Then
just
change.
the default. Yeah, you replace it with the airport, the gateway that is closest to you.
Yeah. Can we still book a double room for a husband and a wife? If there's a package allows that, you can. If it doesn't, like Farid Bhai was saying, we can try to address it later. But if your package already allows it, then you can use it to book while making the booking.
Right. Otherwise, don't bank on it. Don't be sure that we will be able to make it. It depends on the availability. It depends on lots of factors. So be prepared for not having double occupancy.
Somebody saying my preferred package in my cart is already full. Should I then, when the booking opens, will I be able to book that, or will I have to look for another package?
Well, if again, if it is full, you'll not be able to book it. Okay, that's simple. Okay, but you do not know if it is full unless somebody has provided you a list. Just because if you are looking at the packages right now and it is saying full, it does not necessarily mean the package is sold out. It basically refers to the fact that the visa has been exhausted. So if you still have that in your card, the first thing I would suggest is go try to book it. If you are able to book it, alhamdulillah. If not, quickly move on to the next one.
Yeah, somebody's talking about like they are from UK, they're trying to book a USA flight. So whenever you're doing an international flight like that, I mean, first you probably can do a flight from UK itself, but if you're doing it from any other country, make sure that you have, you are not going to have challenges with visa. Sometimes if you're arriving a day earlier, you might have to do go through immigration of that country. So if you don't have a flight visa for USA, they won't. Yeah, so you want to talk about that, Farid bhai?
No, no,
Building.
absolutely. Absolutely. You're very good point. So just be aware of it. Do not take those kind of chances. But, I mean, it doesn't mean you should not do it, but just be aware of it. You might have to get a visa if needed. If you find that the flight from Washington is the best choice for you from London, so just be aware if you have a British passport, you should be good. If not, just make sure that you have to arrange for a visa to United States or at least a transit visa if needed.
Next question is, should I bring my own wheelchair?
Yeah, if you need to, it depends on how much access you need to the wheelchair. If you need the wheelchair within the airport, yes, probably. Otherwise, one thing that I noticed in this year's packages is all the packages offer for free a wheelchair. Again, I'm glad that question is asked. They are offering the wheelchair again. It's a wheelchair as a product they are offering. They're giving you a wheelchair. They're not making it available for somebody to push it for you. Please be aware of this. I don't want any misunderstanding from that one. They should have clarified that a little more. It is they are making a wheelchair available to you, not for a person to be pushing the wheelchair for you. Okay. So going back to the question, yes, it's a good idea because you have access to it, but otherwise you can always get it through the service provider or buy one in Makkah or Medina fairly easily and quickly.
So some
Okay,
questions
and you
about
can go
changing
ahead.
flights.
Yes.
They're saying that they booked a package already and it goes from JFK to Medina, but they couldn't do multi-city. It was failing at that time. So now, since it's already booked, is it possible to call Turkish Airlines and then say, can I get a return flight from Jeddah instead of having to go to Medina?
Yes, it's possible. But then again, whatever the rules of that airline is will apply, change flight charges, etc. So my suggestion to you is stay put until you get all the things processed completely, and then call the Turkish Airlines or whichever airline it is and ask them for the change. And then you might have to pay some additional fee and additional charges. So that is something definitely you can work it out. Yes, if it's a custom flight, you can, but if it's a group flight, it is almost not possible to make changes to your group flight. Okay, but we can definitely try it when we get to that stage, inshallah.
If somebody asking a similar question, they are in on a visa in with Indian passport residing in US, and if they travel from Canada, so again this can be very tricky. Canada visa process has changed; it has become a lot harder also, especially for those who are not citizens. They have to apply. It takes quite a while. So yeah, if you don't already have a passport that allows free entry and exit to that country, just you have to be careful that because if for whatever reason Canada doesn't give you visa, then your whole journey gets affected. So unless you already have prior arrangement, you have an existing visa, I wouldn't try to take a connection from a country that doesn't give you already that. So
Yeah, I understand where the question is coming from because there are some flights which only have the flights coming out of Toronto. So in those cases, be cautious, as Wasim is pointing out. Okay, be cautious. In those cases, if you find like that is the most appropriate package for you, see if you can quickly jump into the custom flight and get the package booked through the custom flight rather than taking the group flight.
Uh, so So people asking, can multiple people? So yeah, that statement about multiple people trying was basically even before logging in. Like when the first round started, it put you into a queue, and you couldn't even get to the login page. And people who could get to the login page, they were not getting the OTP in time. So that multiple people trying was just to get to the login page, not you don't want to try and log in with the same credentials from multiple computers. Then people are asking about the link for this group chat, WhatsApp. Farisba, do you have it handy? If you can post it. Yeah,
I-
I don't have
I'll,
it right
I'll post it. I'll post it in our, or you want it in this thing here.
in this chat. There are some people who are not part of the group.
Okay. All right. I will. I have to look it up. We'll put it here in the group in this group chat in a few minutes.
The questions about, like, since we cannot review right now, when the second round starts, before that, will they open it up for reviewing, or will you just straight put it
Um,
for safe mode?
we don't know for certain, but I am thinking they are not going to open it for review because the expectation is people have already done it, because they have given almost like 14, 15 days for the reviewing. But it is possible. But again, my suggestion is we are releasing the document from Rawaf, which pretty much has all the details, and other service providers are also releasing similar documents. So basically read up as much as you can. Do not depend on Nusuk giving you that option. So if Nusuk doesn't, you should be ready and prepared with your preferred packages.
Yeah, some people are asking, can I change the admin of my family in the Zoom?
Yes, you can. You have to go into the my family and select the member that you want to make an admin, and you can give that authority to that person. Uh, in just before the booking, that was not working very cleanly, but it is possible for you to try and do it. Okay, but I would not suggest that you do anything that will cause your account to go into a verification mode.
Then there are questions about, can do you have the availability or list of packages after the first round? How many are left from each package?
For Rawaf Mina, we have it and we have shared it in our group chat, and we'll share it again, inshallah.
Then there is some other. I'm looking. So I think most of the chat questions are done. I'm looking at the sheet now. Um then there are some questions that are talking about, how do I convert into US dollars from the Saudi Riyal.
Okay, uh, from credit card generally has been giving a 3.7. So the official rate is 3.74, 3.75, but in most cases the credit card has been giving a exchange rate of 3.7. So in a rough this thing, I would suggest convert that by uh, divide it by 3.7. That is generally the dollar to real exchange rate.
Yeah. So yeah, some people are saying that they were logged in before the first sale opened, and then they logged out, and then they had a lot of wait time. So it's advised that if you are already logged in, try to basically stay logged in by doing some activity. Okay. Then there are questions about, I purchased a Rawaf Mina package. Will there be religious scholars provided to the Hujjaj to help guide through the process while doing Hajj?
Yes, one of the expectation that Rawaf has is that most of the guides are well versed with the Hajj, fiqh, etc. So most of our guides are pretty well versed, and some of our guides are in fact Hufaz. But we also have Mufti and Alima available to us, virtual if needed. But most of our guides should be able to handle most of the questions you have.
If was not able to buy, can I keep the fund in the e-wallet to be used for next year?
This is a good question. People have raised this several different times. One, we are not certain if Nusuk would allow it. Secondly, I'm not certain it's the best idea to keep it there. You can always take it and put it in some kind of a mutual fund, etc. And then when the next year around comes in, you can quickly drop it into the e-wallet. Okay. Yes, I know the concern about the 1.5 transaction fee, but then again, if you put it into your halal mutual funds, inshallah ta'ala, that will grow there also.
There is a question that I have purchased a package with a different service provider, but they have not. I've not heard from them yet. How do I contact them?
If you go into the profile of the service provider, their contact information is in the Nusuk. If you look at the service provider and then go to that specific service provider, that will give you the contact information for that service provider. Alternatively, you can put it in our survey, which group you are in, and as we progress through, we'll see if we can guide you through. Even if we cannot be your guides, we will see if we can help you get in touch with your service provider.
There's somebody asking if I got a quad booking, how can I book my roommates, and how will we know who is going to be with me in the room?
Okay, if you for example, if you're done quad and if you're a single person or if you're two people and you want two other people to be in your room, when we go through the coordination, you can mention that and we will try and accommodate as much as possible, inshallah ta'ala.
And somebody asking if my passport needs to renewal. How do I update the passport once I renew it?
As long as Nusuk has approved it, I would suggest do not go for renewal right now, because it complicates your process. You will have to go back to Nusuk and ask them to update your passport number. So at this point in time, I would not go for renewal as long as Nusuk is allowing you to move forward and book your package. Generally, if it is less than 6 months, they would not allow it. If you are at the stage where Nusuk is not allowing you to buy a package right now because your passport is up for renewal, you really cannot do anything at this point in time. If you go for renewal, because it'll be too late at this time.
And yeah, if you have already applied for renewal, uh, you can wait until you buy the package and then update the passport afterwards also.
Right.
So then there are some people, I think this yeah, some people are saying that me and my father are citizens, husband has green card. So there's no issue with the visa itself. I mean, as long as you're eligible for Nusuk, you can. What I was referring to was going to a different country and trying to get a flight from there. So if you do need to go through immigration there, that's where you have to be careful about. Let's say, for example, you try to go from Toronto. Now, can I go to Toronto or not? That's where. Otherwise, you'll all get Saudi visas, so you'll be able to travel. And mostly, if you're just doing a layover, you don't need visas for those layover countries unless you're trying to get out of the country airport.
Again, it's not a big challenge. It's just something to be aware of
Correct.
that you need to take care of it. That's what Wasim is pointing
Uh, yeah, I think we've covered most questions on both sides. Yeah.
out.
If
Okay.
there are more, you can continue adding to the group to our form,
Question.
and inshallah we'll address it, the question bank, and then we'll try to address it. Inshallah, periodically.
Inshallah, inshallah. Again, practice, practice, practice. There was a question asked earlier to us about the data of the active group members. Okay, of the active group members, we pretty much have almost 60% of the people have been able to get the Hajj package, and I believe this is of course from the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa taala, but from a human perspective, because our group members have been continuously practicing, attending our webinars and following our group chat, following our recommendations, which is again alhamdulillah a blessing of Allah for us. And so it is because of that. So the key is to closely monitor our group chat, to be prepared, to plan out things, to have your preferred packages, practice out that queuing, because the queuing can easily happen because there is something that people are hacking into the system and they can cause that overload of the system very very easily. So all these things are very easily possible. How to overcome it? You should be prepared for all this. Okay. So inshallah ta'ala, we are hopeful that you all will get the package in the next round. 10,000 is a fairly good number. We would like all of you to be able to take advantage of that, inshallah ta'ala. And in the meantime, continue to make dua, continue to recite labbaik Allahumma labbaik la sharika laka labbaik innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees our deep desire and continue to do this. Jazakallah khair for joining
So
this.
I'll just quickly, for those who are not in the group, I just posted the second group link. The first group is full. So if you're not already part of the WhatsApp group, use this link to get
Inshallah.
into
Jazakallah khair. So
the group.
Jazakallah khair for attending the session. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihati wattawasaw bil haqqi wattawasaw bis sabr. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.